that it doesn't really matter. Let's go through though, and let's talk about Shopify briefly. Shopify was a trade that I called out for free on this channel and within our Discord a couple of days ago. I believe it was Tuesday. Might have been Friday or Tuesday because the market was closed on Monday, but very, very solid trade. We ended up following because there was unusual flows. We had 3 of them come through. Of course, I sold way too early, but that's just part of the game. The reason I sold is that even though we're looking at this big descending wedge here, I don't like playing against the trend most of the times. The flow is unusual enough for me to enter the position, but I don't like that if we reject here. I mean, next price level is 400. That's what I was really looking at, was 400. But for me, it's like, we have rejected so many times on this EMA that the RVR wasn't worth it at this point. My hope was that we would reject at the 200 SMA on the 1 hour, because this has been a very strong resistance for a long time. My hope was we would reject, pull back down to 331, and I could re-enter, but it doesn't look like that's happening. So if you are somebody who is in this position and you don't want to sell, I sold early, which just always happens. Like, it's just part of the game. But if you are somebody who wants to hold, your next level of resistance is up around $400. That's the level that we're watching. If we end up rejecting down here, I will end up entering a position again at 335. Best would be 322, but very, very good trade. Like I said, I ended up closing $1,400 worth of profits. Very happy. About a 24% return. Like, I can't be upset about that. Very happy, looking solid. And if it pulls back, we will re-enter. But that type of unusual flow is perfection. And of course, now that we're up over the 200 SMA, we're probably going to continue to run. And I did end up closing it too early, but it's a part of the game. The other position I closed out was Oatly. I'm not going to go over this too much. I just bought this on a major dip over the past couple of weeks. But I'm not a fan of the company long-term anymore. I'm really not a fan of the stock in general. Like, the price action is trash. The volume is low. It's not something I want to be a part of, so I'll take the profits there. The other position that I did enter that I want to talk about here, under the Webull section. So if you go to the Webull account, the main goal of what I'm trying to do here, these are the rules. You can go back and watch the video I made last night, but I really want to use debit spreads and credit spreads and remove risk as much as I possibly can. So I'm going to use debit and credit spreads up until about $10,000. And then from there, we're going to focus on like selling cash secured puts with credit spreads, or maybe some shares with credit spreads. I wanted to be able to trade today, but I funded the account last night and they will not allow me to trade options at all unless I have $2,000 in the account, especially spreads. So what I did was I could only fill on shares today, and I can only fill with half of the amount of money I had. So I can only fill with $1,000. So I ended up grabbing 10 shares of EXPE. Now, the reason I took this was because of this unusual flow that came through. So at about 10 o'clock, 9:58 to be exact, we had some good 7-1, 97.50 strikes come through. Now, the reason I didn't grab these strikes is, number one, because I can't trade options because of the amount of money that's in there now. It has to be fully deposited in, which is probably going to be like Monday. The other reason I didn't take it is because the price of the contracts were too high. So looking at this, I have a $2,500 portfolio, right? The contracts will cost about $205. And it's not like I'm putting a $205 into a spread where we have a decent chance of making money. Going $5 out of the money, because you can see where it says spot, that is what the price was when these came through. And the strike, you can see, is $5 out of the money. So going with a 1 week expiration, $5 out of the money, is not conducive to removing risk on a small portfolio like that. So yes, if everything goes the way we wanted and we grabbed one contract, because I never want to have more than 10% at risk of the portfolio, if we were to grab one contract there and we did really well and we hit, yeah, that's great, but it just wasn't worth the risk versus reward to me, so I didn't take it. Instead, I just grabbed 10 shares, which is worth $1,000. I like the flow. Looking at the options, or looking at the actual stock here on the 1 minute, we're sitting here within this 15-minute open range breakout. So we're within this ORB. I was looking for a potential move up to about 97.27, even 97.50. I still really like this for a move. The biggest issue that I have at this point is that I'm not going to day trade today, even if I'm up or even if I'm down, simply because I don't think it's worth a day trade. I haven't had to worry about day trades in like years. And because this account is under PDT, I don't want to have to worry about day trades. So looking at this, it's not worth it. I'm trading with such a small amount of money that it's just really not going to be worth it. The stock is overall at a big support on the daily and the weekly. So we'll see if we can get a bounce. I think that's why they've been buying it up, but we'll see what happens. Like, honestly, I was really just going to go ahead and get some put credit spreads on SPY, which would have been which would have done very, very well right now. But because I can't trade spreads, I just can't simply do it. Overall, guys, I hope this video helps. Hope you have a good day. I'll be back later on before the close. If you guys want to not have to watch all of these videos, I did change our other channel, DeCarlo Capital, to Traders Helping Traders clips, because I want to keep these videos at like 12 to 15 minutes long. I'd rather put 2 videos out a day as opposed to you guys watching like 4, 5, 6 videos a day, and hopefully cover more and more tickers as time goes on. Thanks for all the support, guys. Have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Use proper risk management. Check out our Discord down below. And if you are interested in doing a one-on-one coaching call with me, I opened up 5 more spots. So 2 weeks ago, I get asked this all the time, but 2 weeks ago, I entered 10 more spots for one-on-one coaching calls. I don't want to do too many, as great of money as it is, and I love money. It's one of those things where, like, if I get 20 calls in a week, I can't, like, 20 hours of my time is very hard to come by. Like, I'm a very busy man, and it's very hard to just find 20 hours to do that, especially when scaling the businesses, trading, YouTube, all of that. So I only opened up 10 spots, and they filled instantly. Like, within an hour, I sent an email out, and then the other one, I put 10 more spots out. Those filled. So I'm putting 5 more out. If you want, I'm sticking at the end of this video, because if you watch till the end, you are serious about your trading career and really wanting to make this I'm really wanting to master this craft. So I'm putting it at the end. If you want to, go ahead and use it. The link is in the description. And yeah, we'll hop on a call. And yeah, a lot of the times for the calls, it's people who are having issues with one thing. A lot of times they have a bad position and they want to get out of it, but they don't know how to get out of it. Or the third one is overall they just have lost a lot of money and they want to figure out how to get it back, which I can obviously help with. And a lot of it is just emotional and mental. So go check it out, guys. Have a good day. Peace.